All right, welcome to another match here for the ESL Open Cup. As we begin in the top, no, actually, let's go in the bottom left as he's our Red Zerg playing for the Shopify Rebellion. Put your hands together for Scarlett.
AKA the Queen of Blades, and at the 1 o'clock position, we have another Shopify Rebellion counterpart in Terran, AKA Micro Jackson, Byun.
All right, so we're
So
gonna
thus
have.
far, they're 4-1 in favor of Byun this year in regards to a head-to-head matchup. So it'll
Oh,
be very curious to see what Scarlett has prepped versus her teammate in Byun. I think stylistically, she would be pretty familiar with Byun because not only they're currently teammates, but they used to play in Team Expert, I believe, a few years back together as well. So stylistic familiarity will definitely play a role in my opinion. The only variable would be the playing on a relatively new maps, but you can already see Scarlett identifying the proxy 2 racks of Byun's.
man, that is such a great building position as makes it difficult for the drones to get on top of the SCVs. The second Rex does get a little bit delayed, but looks like Byun will be able to get that up eventually.
Yeah, and hence we can see from Scarlett typing the 2 semicolons, expressing her frustration not being able to take down the SCVs and already losing her drone. So very frustrating moment for her. Whereas Byun just getting that single gas and immediately going for his signature Reapers. This is what some of the Terrans like Byun or TY used to do. They would make a handful of Marines, like 2 to 4, and then actually queue up Reapers, so they can harass the Zerg from not only at the frontal end, but also at the main as well. So to give some extra menacing feature to the Zerg. Scarlet trying to counter it with the link push, but these slow links have to be careful not to get struck by Reaper, but lackluster micro coming out from Byun, which is very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I think that's one of the features of this map where they do have a little bit of kind of bushes around where it's kind of hard to see. So out of nowhere, a bunch of links can just come up, surround your Reaper, and just absolutely kill it. But Byun's gonna go ahead and use his remaining 2 Reapers. Gonna go ahead and check out what's happening. He does see that there are...
Scarlett! Did you just see Scarlett was stacking her own extractor for a good second or two right there? You see the extractor HP is 420, 425.
Yeah.
Well, just to relay on top of what you were saying, like, sure, those kind of like stealth push really helps the ambush to take down the Reaper, but usually a player caliber of like Byun would immediately react with a grenade or so, but there was absolutely zero response at all from that Reaper, and then essentially gave up the Reaper for free. So it really diminished the harassing potential coming out from the Terran. So I think Scarlett, despite losing that 2 drones in the very early stage of the game, would be at least okay with how things have transpired.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you make of this quick lair here? I mean, he did get 2 gases, or she did get 2 gases, but yeah, going for the fast lair. Do you think this is going to be for Mutalisk? I mean, she's getting her 3rd and 4th gas, right? It must be.
Yeah, and should be Mutas, because usually if you're gonna go for Ling Bane, the Evo chamber should be up by now, and the upgrade should start pretty soon. But she has no intention of getting any Evo chambers at this point, so it screams Mutas to me. But we'll see. Maybe he's delaying the double Evo chamber, but it doesn't really make sense. I think the highest probability would be Mutas. Whereas for Byun, just going for that very orthodox Cloak Banshee play, and we'll follow up with 2 extra racks, and then pretty in the near future we'll also land the 3rd orbital at the expansion.
Yeah, now Byun did scout the gas count of Scarlett, so he should be anticipating that there is going to be some Mutalisks coming his way in the next couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and send out 4 Hellions just to get some harass done, maybe catch some creep tumors, and oh, actually does let that that changeling get by.
I think once Byun spots the absence of the Evo chambers, then he can assure that it's going to be Mutaling Bane. Because Scarlett didn't immediately plant the 5th and 6th extractors at her 3rd. So, like, based on 4 gases, you can't really guarantee that it's going to be Muta. But if you see, like, the early 5th and 6th extractors, then that's pretty insinuating. And on top of that, if the Terran sees the absence of Evo chambers from the Zerg, then that's, like, guaranteed that it's going to be Mutas.
Yeah, that's a good point. Meanwhile, it looks like the Banshee will get a couple of drones, not too much damage. Like a few here and there, but all in all, in the grand scheme of things, Scarlett is still almost double digits ahead in terms of worker count. Got the 4th base almost 75% done, and it looks like not too much damage suffered. However, there are going to be, let's see here, 7 Mutalisks out on the field. And do we have anything for Byun?
No turrets thus far. There's 1 turret starting off at the main. Armory going down. No additional missile turrets being constructed, so Muta's gonna have some great time harassing. The Marines are running with their stim activated, but Muta's gonna escape without any casualties. So 8 SCVs. That's a great start for Scarlett. But Scarlett has to be careful because her upgrades are much later than those of Byun. There is going to be one timing where Terran will be really potent compared to that of the Zerg in regards in the upgrade department. So one misstep, then she can essentially lose this game straight up. So she has to be very meticulous in regards to her unit management.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, that's the army supply is pretty close, although that could be a bit deceiving, as the banelings can be the difference. Really comes down to if those banelings can get connections on those Marines. Looks like Byun's gonna go ahead and try to push out right here a little bit here. Does have eyes on the rocks being kind of attacked on. Meanwhile, Mutalisk on the top side. Not a lot of Mutalisks, I gotta say. I think looks like he is gonna go ahead and just limit the amount to about 7 or 8, and then the rest into Lings and Banelings.
And Byun, I think, really should have capitalized at this 1-1 timing, but he felt like he didn't have enough combat units to capitalize onto the upgrade advantage. So I think his next plan is going to be gonna wait for until 2-2 hits, and once 2-2 is completed, then he's really gonna go for frontal push. Right, here's the engagement. Good starter step for now, but there are so many banelings, so Byun has to be extra careful. So Byun successfully disengages. There are Widow Mines planted on top of the factories, but there's an Overseer as well for Scarlett. Just trying to knock down the depot wall, which she does, and there comes the Baneling. 12 SCVs vaporized, and these depots are gonna be pretty much donezo in the near future. Already 3 out of the 4 gone. Byun really needs to replenish the depots as well. But as you can see, worker count significantly in favor of Scarlett, 91 versus 65. Furthermore, usually Terrans should be up in army supply, but that's not even the case here. The army supply is very comparable between the two. So this indicates that Scarlett is in a cat driver's seat right now.
Yeah, I guess the only good thing for Byun is he is going to be ahead in terms of the upgrade. His 2-2 is about to finish, so maybe there's going to be a period of time where his army is going to be just a bit more sturdier and more powerful. But of course, I would expect Scarlett to research 3-3 herself once 2-2 is finished. And yeah, definitely wants to re-wall that depot, supply depot wall if Byun can get the chance to, because of those Baneling run-bys that are so dangerous and so detrimental for Terran players.
At least that trade was in favor of the Terran, but just the sheer lack of medevac count is going to hurt Terran in the short term right now, because if you look at all the hit points of the Marines, they're severely wounded. Now Scarlett already completed 6 base, and her economy hasn't been touched since that initial 2 drone losses. So she's in a completely great spot right now. She's even getting a 7th base. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's going ham. And even the creep, yeah, the creep is so... This pretty much covered the whole map almost. So this is going to be quite tough for Byun.
Yeah, imagine 7 base Zerg versus a 4 base Terran. Not even sure what the Terran can do in order to come back from that, unless the Zerg like throws all of the combat units like for free. But we know that's not going to be the case, since the pilot is none other than Scarlett. And those Banelings running in, trying to clear out those Widowmice, gets one, and the Mutaflock gets the other. And here comes the frontal engagement from Scarlett. Bane's crashing in. Not an effective trade. Gets only 6 SCVs, but Scarlett has the bank to afford to do essentially whatever she wants at this stage. Practice planing about to be finished. 4 more ultras about to pop out. 3 carapace on the way. Like, she's getting all the necessary upgrades right now. She's making 28 more Bane. She's gonna constantly trade with the Terran units, whether it's the combat units or the SCVs. I'm not sure if Byun can actually even move out to the midpoint of this map.
Yeah, like once he moves out, Scarlett already in preparation gonna go ahead and send a chunk of her units to the top side. We'll take that out, and we'll further damage the economy of Byun as he goes down another 18, 19. Will that make it 20 workers? Not quite, but sitting at 55 workers versus the 90 of Scarlett. So Byun gonna be reeling in terms of his income.
Yeah, he's in dire straits, and kudos to Scarlett for maintaining that muta count from the early game. I think we've only seen a handful of 12 mutas went down in total, but you can see the efficiency in regards to trading, how the mutas went down. So great play coming out from her in regards to the muta preservation and also the use of muta. And now Scarlett just can constantly trade with the Terran units because of that superior economy that she possesses.
Alright, 9 Ultralists onto production. That does shoot up these, the army supply of Scarlett, but we're gonna have to wait for them to pop out now. They take a little bit longer to make, so gonna have to sacrifice this base. But I mean, come on, look at that. I mean, Scarlett has 1 billion bases, so she can definitely sacrifice 1 or 2 hatcheries and still be very comfortable here.
And moreover, she didn't have 3-3 upgrades when she initially engaged, but now she does. So all she has to do is just group up all of her combat units and then just go for a head-to-head fight I don't think Byun has a sufficient army supply to actually take over Scarlett at this point.
I do gotta give it up for Byun. I mean, he has made it so much more closer than it was a couple of minutes ago. I mean, right now, you know, Scarlett, I mean, the worker supply has evened up, and also Scarlett has lost all her bank. She doesn't have any more bank, so if she takes one more really inefficient trade, it could get really dangerous for her, so she's gotta be careful.
Yeah, I think she has to replenish her drone count, because she has the number of bases is just insane. All she has to do is replenish the drone count to get her economy back up in speed, and just not throw away these precious Banes and Ultras that easily. Pathogen glands upgrade coming in, so you can see a couple of investors in mix, which would amplify the effectiveness of both Bane. Oh my god, what have I just seen? That was some crazy Widow Mine right there. 10 kills, and probably all 10 Banes. How many Banes does she have? None. Okay, this screams red alert for Scarlett. Despite being up like 30 plus workers at one point and having so many bases, you're unable to take down the 11 o'clock base with the single medevac drop. Oh, mute us. Hello? They're late to the party and also missed the cap there. Another base going down with the Rich Geyser. 11 more drones going down. Byun's just everywhere on the map right now.
Yeah, he is. This is. I mean, this is Byun at his best, right? I mean, when he's like this multi-prong attacking everywhere, just pulling his opponent left and right, and all of a sudden, the bases which Scarlett was enjoying in numbers has all of a sudden gone down to, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases, when it was like 9 or 7 or 8 before.
Yeah, she lost 1, 2, 3, so she had 9 bases. But the biggest downside for Byun is that all of his expansions are orbitals. So like one good Ling or Bane run by will really hamper the economy. So Byun has to be mindful of that. Furthermore, for Scarlett, all she has to do is replenish the drone count, which she has to 70. But if you look at the mineral and gas status of the bases, her natural and third is going to be depleted soon, as well as the fourth. So she needs to secure extra bases, where Byun is doing a very nice job denying and getting a kill on that hatchery as well. But here comes the fungal, shaving off the bio units, but these 4 marauders and a single marine trying to kite and kills 2 ultras. That's some superhero marine and marauders right there, but in the end, the space is going to be lifted thanks to the 3-3 links with adrenaline glands. And I'm not sure what Byun has to get back into this game once again, despite, pulling some miraculous efforts.
Yeah. Well, he does have still has the army supply lead by a good chunk, but it could be a bit deceiving because Scarlett does have those investors and those ultralists, which if she can combine that combine the fungal and the ultralists, that could really kind of close the gap there in terms of the army supply. I like this though from Scarlett, being active with her units, knowing that there are, like you mentioned, only orbitals for Byun, no planetaries. However, it looks like we have a little bit of a base trade situation here, and taking a chunk of these drones. But on the other side, looks like Scarlett has taken pretty much almost one of the last remaining bases of Byun.
Yep, and there's the 4 o'clock base still operating for Byun, but loses the orbital at the 12 o'clock position. And now Scarlett has to just preserve the Bane count and the investor count, and just try to shave off as many units as possible using the fungal growth, and then chain that with Banelings or Ultralists, which she only has 2 Ultras, so she needs to be careful. And this is why Ultras are infamous for being like the losing formula in, in GVT. Like whoever makes ultras will usually lose the game. It's like the golden formula, and
Yeah.
Scarlett is trying to avoid that from reiterating. Takes down the missile turret, so allows the remaining 13 mutas to come back and potentially harass.
Oh.
And also, it's really, oh my god, look at those gorgeous fungals. Byun just lost like 40 supply right there. GG.
And without further ado, spawning here at the bottom right, we have our red Zerg. He's up 1-0. Sorry, she's up 1-0. Looking to take the series with a 2-0. It is Scarlett.
Alright, at the 11 o'clock position, or top left, we have the Shopify Rebellion counterpart, Byun. Oh, what is this? Is this gonna be another Turax? Yep. Bingo, Turax. And looking at that single gas, it's gonna be Turax Reaper once again. We'll see how much damage it can inflict. If it gets shut down pretty easily, then you know it's gonna be in favor of Zerg. And also Scarlett went pull first, so
Yeah, so that's
as long as she doesn't lose her links easily, once the link speed kicks in, then she can really push out these Reapers and even surround and take those out with ease.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Scarlett does go for a follow-up Roach Warren in order to not only help defend against the Reaper, but also maybe even push out, go out, and I mean, she knows that there's not going to be a lot here for Byun besides Reapers. Byun's went for 3 ranks, so there's really not any other transitions besides either Marine or Reapers for Byun for the next couple of minutes. So I wonder if Scarlett will go ahead and try to make a Roach push of some sort.
It could be possible, but it's gonna get spotted by Byun. If she were to go for roaches, then Byun can just answer it back with a single factory along with a cyclone. And oh my god, Byun, in a clumsy fashion, loses Reaper once again, 2 games in a row. Very uncharacteristic. And immediately throws out that question mark. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate losing your first Reaper like that, especially when going for a Reaper push like this that Byun has opened up with. By the way, this is the semifinals of the ESL Open Cup, so if Byun does end up losing this game, then Scarlett will move on to the finals. So, however, Byun trying to desperately push it to a 3rd game, but not the greatest start to start off this 2nd game here.
So about 30 seconds delay compared to the norm in regards to the 3rd hat trick. Obviously, because she started pull first, and she had to make more links than usual. So I think she's just gonna stick to Ling Bane most likely. I think because you only have a single extractor at the back pocket base. So it's not going to be that easy to afford mutas and also upgrades for the melee units.
Oh, actually, this 4 overlords. There was 4 overlords on the production tab. I think Scarlett might be preparing for a Baneling bus. She's making a lot of lings in the production. Yeah, she's going for it.
Yep, she stopped at 31 workers, and she's just about to wrap up this game. Yeah, there's gonna be a Cloak Banshee, but you know, single Banshee won't be able to kill 27 plus 14, so 41 lings. A mixture of lings and banes in the near future. Immediately morphing 11 banes.
Oh wow!
Byun has no idea whatsoever.
Yeah, the Reapers has been killed, so no even possibility of any scouting. And here we go, no bunkers or anything. There's a completely vulnerable supply depot, and Scarlett gonna go ahead and bust through.
Yeah. Scarlett's like, yeah, I am going Ling Banes, but you know, I'm just gonna finish it much quicker. And she was able to afford to go for this kind of aggressive play because she was able to get rid of all those initial Reapers with ease. And the Reapers weren't able to provide any sort of scouting information. So it's great play coming out from Scarlett, and you know, kudos to Scarlett for making to the finals of ESL Open Cup Americas.